Hi, this is Elizabeth, the Gratitude Girl, and tonight we're going to talk about the super moon. So I actually had a couple of you write into me today and ask, what is the difference between a full moon and a super moon? And I thought this will be the perfect opportunity to create a little video and launch my new Ask Elizabeth series. So this is the first in what's going to be a series of questions that come into me and in a way to connect with you wherever you are in the world. So to tell you a little bit of the difference of a super moon and a full moon, the truth is they're both full moons. But a super moon is much closer. It appears much larger. I believe it's a third larger than a traditional full moon. So it's a great time to let go. That's the energy that a full moon is for us. So every month here in Phoenix, I do a burning bowl service. Sometimes I do it alone, and sometimes I do it with a group, and some of you may have joined me in these. It is so powerful to take the time and the energy to let go of what's no longer serving us. So if you think about the moon, it actually affects the tides and the waves. And when the moon is full, the waves or the tide is increased. So it affects us because we are 70% water. The planet is 70% water. So if you're like me, you may actually feel some of the effects of the full moon. It quite often makes me more sensitive, a little more emotional. My empathy or being empathic will increase. And also affects my sleep. So sometimes I don't sleep for a few days around the full moon, but I've known that, and so I deal with it. And this is a great way to kind of lessen those effects. So I invite you, if you'd like to do this ritual with me, to get out 2 sheets of paper and to get something that you can actually burn in. So I invite you to look for a chimenea, a fire pit, a grill, a candle. With the candlelight works really well. If you have a fireplace, that's fantastic. And if you don't have the ability to burn, that's okay too. Another idea is just to simply shred the first piece of paper into little pieces, and you can either throw it away or some people like to actually bury it back into the earth. So the first piece of paper, the first piece is to actually let go. And so just gently close your eyes and breathe and ask, what am I being called to let go of that no longer serves me? And so to give you an idea of what could be some possibilities to put on this paper is letting go of our doubts and our fears, our worries and our concerns, letting go of comparing ourselves with others, judging ourselves or judging others. Anything that's toxic or negative that holds us back, these are the things that we want to let go of. So once you have your list, I invite you to add on a clause. I like to add on, I joyfully release and let go of anything I've ever held on to that no longer serves me. Because often when we're burning that paper or a little while later, we remember, oh, I forgot this specific thing that I'm holding on to. And rather than thinking you have to start all over, or you have to wait till the next full moon, you've already got yourself covered. So it's just a little extra precaution to help release anything we're holding on to subconsciously, because sometimes it's just stored up here and we just don't even know it. So we're going to let go of these items and then you're going to burn it. And I invite you to sit and watch it burn. There's something therapeutic of just watching the fire and watching that paper no longer exist. If there's any paper that remains, I like to set it on fire a second time and watch it just completely turn into smolder and ash. Perfect way to let go. The next piece after you've let go is setting our intention. So you take out that second sheet of paper and you write down everything you wish to attract or create in the next month. So again, I want you to breathe into it and feel, what would you like to create over the next month? This is a blank slate. It's a clean sheet of paper. What do you want to create? Today you are writing the first page in your life. It's a blank slate, so you get to create anything you want. Think of this as the glass half full and half empty. We've heard of that, right? So letting go, we took our glass and we poured everything out that no longer served us. And so now we have an empty glass. And by setting our intentions, we're able to pour in what we do want into our lives. So write down your list of what you wish to attract and create and keep this list. I encourage my clients to actually look over their list twice a day. First thing in the morning, or at least after you've had your shower or coffee and you're awake. And then the last thing in the evening, so that your subconscious is actually working on these things while you're sleeping. It's like planting the seed and waiting for it to grow. So that's the piece to complete the ceremony. And then I invite you really this evening to step out, get outside in nature and look at the moon as it rises. And again, you have 3 opportunities this year. You have July, August and September. So 3 great opportunities to step out, to do this great ritual, just to help release what's not working in your life. And I encourage my clients to do this every month because things happen, right? We continue to compare ourselves to others or to think something's not working and not seeing the grand scheme of things. So it's a great way to anchor in our gratitude. And I liked at the very end of the ceremony to end it in gratitude, to say, thank you for the lessons and blessings that all of these experiences have gifted me. The good and what we perceive as the not so good have all been lessons and blessings that have brought us to where we are and made us who we are today. So I invite you to take this ceremony and ritual to your friends, to your family, to your community, or even just in your own home and start a new tradition today. Thank you for joining me. And if you'd like to see some more videos or if you have some questions, please feel free to shoot over your questions. Again, this is the first in a series called Ask Elizabeth. So if you'd like to submit your question, please send it to info@thegratitudegirl.com. Thank you for tuning in, and I wish you a beautiful and blissful super new moon. Namaste.